I guess maybe I'm becoming an old man. The guy that looks at life and just shakes his head from side to side going, Man, I think it's time. I think it's time to break free from the headlines. I mean, with so much negative energy pouring out of so many communities, it's getting tougher and tougher every day to even want to get outside and walk around. But we can't walk in fear, doubt, and shame. Experts say the best way to break free of the headlines is to challenge yourself in the way of turning it into a game. Just 7 days. That's all it's going to take. In that time period, delete the apps from your smartphone and block the websites that share the news. And please stay away from the news at 5 o'clock and 11 o'clock and don't go anywhere near the late night shows because they're always talking about the news. Deprivizing is a very tough journey, like that of any other addiction, and you will have serious withdrawals. Creating a new habit takes 30 days, which is why I'm going 7 days. You're just barely scratching the surface. News deprivation is a big challenge, and it barely scratches the surface of what's going on inside of you. I mean, this is how I became a daily writer. It was back in September of 1997. I'm going, why don't I journal write every single day? And so I challenged myself to write 1,000 pieces of poetry, a new poem every day for 1,000 days. All of a sudden, it became a serious habit. And then when it came to writing that book of poetry and then to release it, no, when I went back and did the research, I realized, yeah, there's a lot of great poetry here, but the real message is in the writing. And that's why I became one man's 1,021 thoughts. Hey, it's Arrow. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am that daily writer. There are a lot of things that we experience on a daily basis. Like a few minutes ago, I just had a great conversation with Ed Begley Jr., the actor. Here's the thing. In that conversation, Ed and I were talking about Marlon Brando doing the movie Missouri Breaks in Billings, Montana. He was there. And then we started talking about camping on the Yellowstone River. Moments like this. And then you go, how did we get here? Daily writing is such an important part of your journey. Now, does he daily write? His answer is in that podcast. And I'll give you a little hint. He said, no. Whoa. So I understand. Yes, you can do it. And no, you don't have to do it. This is The Daily Mess. Another full day of conversations today. It's a blessing to get 7 to 20 minutes with anyone willing to share their creativity. While I've been judged for being too open with why I break bread with so many famous, it's still an amazing walk to just listen to how the art flows through each person so differently. The end result could be music, a book, a movie, a news story. But in the end, it's still an expression generated by the inner calling of knowing how to use your art as a way to reach people. These podcasts that I do are more than a history lesson of the artist. The questions are designed to inspire you, the listener, who's sitting on top of your shape of creativity and not letting it go. See, when we set things aside like that, in essence, we're hiding. It's not a guilt trip. It's more like a challenge. Don't take your eye off the art. It's the beginning, middle, and end of something that deserves recognition. What are you sitting on? What are you keeping from the rest of us? I know that podcasting is one of those things that people say, you got how many podcasts? How many different shows are you doing? Why? And the reason why is because it's an outlet. It's an opportunity to just test the waters, to see if it's too hot, too cool. Maybe there's something here that you can learn from. For instance, I just started a new podcast called Forest Stories. I've been a part of this forest for 32 years, but people don't know the story. Lord knows I write and talk about it enough, but you don't know the story. It doesn't have to be a Walden Ponds moment, but there is a pond over there. There's a slow-moving stream. My deck is 23 feet off the forest floor, so in essence, I'm sitting with the birds in the trees. Why not experience moments like that in your own personal life? You don't have to have a forest. You can have your moment, your art, your voice, your presence. Leave something for those that are following you. I'm Arrow, and that's The Daily Mess.